Hey everyone, and welcome. I am absolutely thrilled you're joining me today. Over the next 5 minutes, we're going to do something super impactful. We are going to transform you from a passive conversationalist into a strategic, hard-hitting journalist. Have you ever walked away from an interview feeling like you just didn't get the real story? Or maybe your news drafts are just kind of lacking that punch? Well, you are in the exact right place. We're going to sharpen those skills right up.
Okay, let's dive into this. Today's case study breaks down into 4 quick phases. We've got journalistic interview foundations, analyzing a failed interview, effective data exploration, and finally, crafting hard news.
Section 1. Journalistic Interview Foundations. The Rules of Engagement. So, to write truly compelling hard news, you need an ironclad methodology. We're leaning into this brilliant framework by Abdullah Alamoudi from 2017. He makes a great point. An interview isn't just a casual chat. It is a highly targeted extraction of accurate data. And this happens in 3 systematic steps. Step 1 is preparation. You've got to master the background to formulate really sharp questions. Step 2 is execution. This is where you build rapport and use active listening with open-ended questions. You want to avoid those boring yes or no answers at all costs. And then step 3, closing. This is where you absolutely must verify your direct quotes. Accuracy is everything here.
But listen, technical skills alone just aren't enough, right? Especially for communication students, like those of you at Universitas Islam Bandung. These techniques have to be anchored deeply in core Islamic ethical values. We're talking about honesty, trustworthiness, and focusing on the public good, or kemaslahatan umat. These aren't just fancy buzzwords. They are the absolute vital filter through which every single piece of your information has to pass. It guarantees your reporting is truthful and genuinely serves the community.
Moving right along to Section 2, Analyzing a Failed Interview, the Dead-End Conversation.
Let's look at a really relatable example, a local waste bank initiative. This perfectly shows what happens when poor technique just completely ruins a potentially great story. Now, what's really interesting about this comparison is the stark contrast in approaches. Think about a shallow, closed-ended question like, how much money is collected? The source is going to give you a quick, dead-end answer like, oh, sometimes $1 million, sometimes more. It just yields raw, practically useless numbers. But if you pivot to a deep, open-ended question, something like, what is the strategy to keep citizens consistent? You're actually inviting the source to tell you a story. Closed questions get you isolated data points, but open questions, they unearth that powerful human narrative you literally have to have for good, hard news.
Okay, Section 3, Effective Data Exploration. Unearthing the real story.
Let's actually apply Alamoudi's open-ended techniques to that exact same waste bank scenario we just talked about and watch how it completely changes the outcome. By asking about their specific strategies, like scheduled pickups or community incentives, you don't just get a vague 1 million. You get hard data. Look at this number, 7.5 million rupiahs. To put that into perspective, the interviewer discovered that the Mandiri Waste Bank processes 2.5 tons of trash, which generates a 7.5 million rupiah monthly economic turnover for 150 families. So the crucial point is, deep data absolutely rewards good technique. When you ask the right questions, the truly impactful numbers finally reveal themselves.
And that brings us to our final payoff in Section 4, Crafting Hard News, Turning Data into Impact.
So, you've prepared, you've executed ethically, and you've extracted this amazing data. Now, how do you take all that meticulously gathered info and efficiently draft it into a captivating piece? Let's check out the resulting lead paragraph. The household waste crisis in the Sigadung area of Bandung City has been successfully transformed into a productive movement through the Mandiri Waste Bank. In the past 3 years, this citizens' initiative has not only cleared the environment of illegal dumping, but also successfully driven the local economy to reap an average turnover of 7.5 million rupiah every month. And this brilliantly illustrates the entire journey, doesn't it? Going from a boring, dead-end chat to a highly impactful, trustworthy, hard news story. It all comes down to mastering those foundational interview steps.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one really critical thought. The next time you sit down with a source, I want you to look at the notes in your hand and ask yourself this. Are your questions uncovering the truth, or are they just scratching the surface? It's a real game changer when you think about it. I challenge you to be strategic, be ethical, and dig so much deeper in your very next interview. Thank you so much for joining me today, and hey, happy writing!